So I am sitting outside on my dock trying to get some fresh air. My mind is a little groggy. I'm a little tired. Yesterday I had an MRI of my brain, my spine, my neck. I think they call one of those a thoracic. Either way, it is a long time in an MRI machine. I remember my first MRI, and it was not for MS. It was actually for my liver. I was put in the machine and I did not take anything. In fact, it was at the start of COVID, so they actually put me in the machine with a mask. Now I wanted to tough it out. They chucked me in the machine. I had my mask on, which made it extra claustrophobic, and I was able to wait it out. I think it was about 18 minutes. I took that MRI, got out of the machine, and swore to myself I would never do another MRI like that again. Well, fast forward a year later, I had to do my next MRI. This time I did have some medication, but this was for MS, and when they put me in the MRI machine, they put a helmet on me. Now, putting that helmet on me definitely amped up the claustrophobia. I didn't think I would get through it, and this MRI lasted almost 2 hours. This video is about MRIs for MS, best practices, and how to get through it. So, for starters, the day before my MRI with MS, I kind of do a lot of meditation. I start calming my body, calming my mind, and letting myself know that everything is going to be okay. The second thing is, I do hydrate the morning before, but I don't overhydrate. I'm afraid that if I overhydrate when I'm in the MRI machine, I'm going to have to ask them to stop so I can go to the bathroom. Nothing would be worse than having to start all over again. Next recommendation, definitely get some medication. This time I took what is called lorazepam. Now, I started off with 2 milligrams of lorazepam. I took it almost an hour before the MRI was about to start. I got in the car and my wife started driving me to the MRI place. And this might be a good place to footnote that neither myself, my wife, or even my son are known for our driving ability. We are all terrible drivers. And while we almost never argue, every argument we have definitely is part of a drive. It's either getting lost or not liking the way the other person is driving. And no matter how much I try to keep my mouth shut, sometimes it comes out. On the way over to the MRI place, I didn't like the way my wife was driving, and I said something. She simply looked at me and said, "Take another lorazepam." I figured, probably not a bad idea. This should be taking the edge off, and I definitely had an edge on. So I took the second lorazepam. If you're counting, that is 4 milligrams of lorazepam. 15 minutes later, I felt nothing. I actually had a hard time signing my name. All right, so today I am going to go through a little bit of a dreadful experience. I'm going to get my MRIs of my brain, my spine, and my neck. I'll be in the MRI machine for about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. I just took my pre-meds, starting to get a little loopy. I'll be back to let you know how it goes. But if you have MS, you know those MRIs are not a lot of fun. I'm doing my best to mentally get ready, and we'll go through it, and hopefully the MRI will go smooth and the results from the MRI will also be good. Wish you all the best. I'll be back soon. All right, so we've left the house. We've made it to the imaging facility, and I'm signing in for my MRI, trying to remember everything I have to do. Again, the meds are starting to kick. That is the smile. I'm not smiling because I'm happy that I'm getting the MRI. This is my driver for my imaging. She's taking good care of me today. I think when I get home, now that I'll have a little bit of buzz, she may take advantage of me. We'll just have to see how the day goes. So they do try and make it nice. Check-in was very easy. It's a very clean place. And I had to make notes. I won't do that. I had to make notes. So I remember to get copies of my MRIs to send to both of my doctors. Last time I didn't. Bill, you have anything to say before I go in that machine? No? Just glad to be rid of me for 2 hours? What?
You've been waiting a while for this. I'm glad you did it.
Yeah. So I have to strip and change into scrubs. I thought I wore something that would work perfect, but apparently I was not a good participator. So I am changing all of my clothes now and putting my clothes in the locker. They are in locker room 2. Now the question will be, will I remember locker room 2? Hopefully my wife will remind me. Driving home from the MRI place, my beautiful wife came to pick me up. It was pretty much a pleasurable experience. I'm still buzzed a little bit, so you can hear my language. I think you all know what I'm saying, so I feel pretty good about it. But literally, they got me in, put on some relaxing music, covered me up with a blanket, turned the switches on, and I could tell every once in a while they were checking on me. But at the end, they're like, "You're finished." And I was surprised it went so quick. And as soon as I got out, I ate a protein bar, a gluten-free and dairy-free protein bar. Gonna suck down some water and make plans for dinner for my wife this evening. As far as the rest of the day work, I've done enough work today. This is the one benefit of MRI day. You don't have to work anymore. So I will give you more of an update when I look at this film. I know this is a little bit goofy. I will turn it into something professional. But as bad as it can be, as much as I did not want to do it, guess what? It turned out just fine. So hopefully the results of these tests will also turn out just fine. I should be finding those out in the next couple weeks. I am sending them to both of my neurologists. MS out.